Yo, what's up, guys? I have a problem with my connection, so I'm trying to fix it. Yo, what's up, guys? I just went live because I saw a break of structure, and let's see where it goes. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the stream. I'm just waiting for people before I start talking. Guys, what are your thoughts on this pump? Is this real? Is this fake again? What do you think? Write in the chat. Guys, what do you think? Can we break this level here of 67 cents? 67.40. If we can break 67.40, we would get a pump all the way to 68.59. 68.59. So what do you think? Do we can break it or not? If we fail this level, we come feel other imbalances here in this move. So, but as long as we don't close above that, we have the potential to go higher now. Let's see. It would be time though for XRP. Come on, not this number. Give another number. Come on. Yes, sir. We don't like this. 666. Go high. Go high. If you have any coins that you want me to make a technical analyze on, just let me know in the chat, and I will take a look for you, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm going live now every day, or I try to at least. Not just for crypto, also for the forex markets and day trading in general. So I'm doing this since 2015 and I love doing it. So 2 years ago in the bull run I started this channel and left it behind basically. So now I'm coming back. I try to put energy into the channel, so it would be much appreciated if you like, subscribe, or just say simply hey and maybe give me 2-3 coins you want me to take an overview of. I don't know if you like XRP guys, but yes, as long as you give me not the coins you want me to make an analyze on, I'm just gonna choose the charts. So this is what XRP really looks like, okay, over the long run. So we basically had twice, because the price comes from back under here, okay, so I think the price comes from here, okay. So what I see here in the macro is just basically the same thing happening. Then here we had this very long time in this let's say base. We built a base. So now I would believe that we had time to accept that this price is a good price for XRP, so that's why we stayed in this range for a long time, but we never actually saw a breakout from those all-time highs back in, what was it, 2017, 2018. So this could play out in this bull run, I believe. But yeah, we need to see. Like, for me, once we break this zone here with a candle close and volume, we can see XRP rise very quickly to the highs of last bull run. And I mean, it has been suppressed for such a long time. It's like 2,163 days. We didn't actually make an all-time high, so... Oh, Ernest, how are you, my friend? Yes, 77 cents, it's possible, of course, it is. It is, and why is because we have this liquidity that we created first of all back then, and this wick here which can be filled. So we had this wick high, wick low. So now we cleared actually this wick with these down moves. So for me now, naturally, we need to go test these levels here. Plus this wick where a lot of liquidity is placed. So it's really not impossible that we gonna go in the direction of that wick. Otherwise, if we lose, let's say, this low even here, or let's say this low, I mean, we have some imbalances that are not filled yet, like this one, which we can fill, and this one. So that would also be the worst case scenario for me, which is on the other side, the possibility to accumulate even more before the long awaited move we anticipate since years, okay? So there's nothing to stress about. We waited so long, so let's see what happens this bull run. So everyone that survived this bear market now knows how it feels, how these cycles basically feel, how they work, and what you can do this time to not lose money and even potentially make a lot of money. So on the long run, I believe we could have one more pump like this happening before we get the long base, or even higher or whatsoever. But for me to finish this structure, we would need a last push to fill a normal ordinary Elliott wave. Okay, this is a normal Elliott wave. This is a pattern that happens everywhere all the time in the market. So this is just psychologically engraved in people's minds. So I would say a last fifth wave is gonna happen in XRP. We never know how high it's gonna go. It can go very high, it can stay just above the highs or not even break the highs, but normally it needs to break these highs to be valid. So an all-time high we will see. When? Nobody knows. It depends on a lot of things. Okay? But I believe this bull run is going to be a lot crazier than the bull run we experienced last time, because at that time nothing was regulated. Everything was like in chaos waters. Nobody knew, can I buy, do I break the law, can I get my investors into it and provide the equity for them whatsoever. So now where everything is a lot more clear, I mean today or a few days, they started back again to push fear into the markets, but you need to know every time the big players try to diminish what it is often when they buy. So yeah, I'm expecting XRP to retest these levels here, and once that happens, I mean once we break here, there is not really a lot of resistance coming in, so these 93-cent resistance will be next ahead. So yeah, that's for XRP. I believe in this bull run. What I like to believe is that we could reach between $8 and $25 this bull run if the certain things that we are waiting are going to happen. And overall the market suppression for years and the narrative in the mainstream that is building up, so this time we could see a great pump in XRP. And obviously it's a major coin, so it's not a small cap. It's something that survived since 2012, made a lot of progress, working with a lot of governments, central banks around the world, so there is substance behind it. And I like the longevity of it, so let's see. How are you doing, my friend? Look, Solana, brother, yes. Solana did great moves, great. On the wrong list. Solana, where is it? Here. Yes. So Solana, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it shows that it has a lot of supporters. Yes, it's great. Obviously, it can break all-time highs because we are 1/3 in the bull run for now. So the hyperbolic phase is not even here yet. But if you are in profits now, you are the ones that will make great returns. Everyone that is entering, starting from now to the upside, is going to be one day exit liquidity for those that want to sell. So congratulations. There are too many projects. I don't know where to start. Where to finish. I don't know. FTM is finally moving too. Yeah, it needs to go parabolic now, or it will come back to these levels we tested. I'm not even talking about Hex. Horrible price actually, but yeah, we stay positive for that one. If we manage to reclaim in the bull run these or these highs, it would be an extreme return, an extreme return. What we saw today and yesterday was a decline in Bitcoin dominance. So that's why the alts are pumping now. That means that actually the money that went out of Bitcoin entered somewhere else, because we didn't saw an overall market crash. We just saw money leaving Bitcoin. And then you see Ethereum go from, let's say, here 2200 to 2400. So that was money that came from Bitcoin. New money also, obviously. But this was also money going from Bitcoin to Ethereum. Because this breakout was at 16 o'clock. Just so at that time here, Bitcoin had the breakout, Ethereum. But Bitcoin started to come back down, and Ethereum continued to make new highs. So now Bitcoin is trying to reclaim this level here. If it can break, we only have these two left, and it looks like we could have just made a bull flag, which has actually amazing targets. Let's just say if we break this high here, we could easily go to 46.7 to 47,000. Back to XRP. That looks great. We need to break this zone. Until then, no upside. We should not break this, and we need to break this. Once we break this, we have these levels. If these levels break, we have a down sequence. That could cause that we actually close that imbalance here. So let's hope it's gonna break to the upside. This is actually a trade I wanted to place today once I saw it go down here, and I hope that it would come back here into this zone where there was the fair value gap, but it actually never did so. And we are Friday, the markets are closing in a few hours, and you pay big swaps if you let the position open. So usually if in the morning on Fridays I cannot place a trade, I just leave it until Monday. So that's why for now we have crypto. Crypto is never sleeping. Here was also a setup that I wanted to take this morning, and unfortunately 2 times it didn't manage to come down here, which is okay because I just want to trade it if it gets me that opportunity. If not, I'm good. So it looks like we just wanted to close this gap here, which we did. So now there is just a little bit, I see equal lows, which is not that good as a sign. Yes, we have equal lows here, which means that the market often wants to sweep that liquidity. So this means that potentially we're gonna come back down into this zone, close the imbalance completely. So in the 1 minute we even have a bigger imbalance, so that would be the next target, or you need to wait to get your break to the upside. In the best case, waiting for this break to happen. So now you don't know if it's gonna come here, break out, or come here, retest, go above, and then come down to fill this gap. So you need to wait for the reaction. So if now, for example, the market does this and comes back down, you will find somewhere here a fair value gap, an imbalance, or some confluence to get yourself into buy. So if you don't know how to make this, you could even use retracement tools to see when you have a 50% correction of the initial pump that broke actually the structure which you are interested in. Okay, so overall we are I think the majority is bullish on this, so the chances are there we fail the break to the upside and we come down. So that's why I don't want to touch this until even on Monday. If it doesn't break or shows me something that I want to see, I cannot touch it. We also have a 1 minute imbalance here, so these imbalances he can go and close. Like for example this one closes here, and as you see we just touched it and then got back up and created equal lows, which gives us now a big chance to retest these lows and even closing this imbalance. If this imbalance, if it closes under the imbalance, I believe we're gonna come sweep these lows here, all that liquidity from those buyers, and take it out, and if the market wants it can come back up or maybe go further down. So we need to see what happens there. So what did we do? We did here week high, week low. We sweep that lows here, and now we are going to sweep this one. If we can after hold above that low here, we can see further up move. It's just simple price action. It's not predicting something, it's just telling you what the market is showing in real time. Okay, XRP is trying. It's trying its best. But we all know before the huge pumps or before any pump, it's always doing like completely BS. So we are used to that. Okay. Is it better now? Let me know. Nice. Do you have some charts? You want some analyze? I can make this for you. Let's go. Come on. Push it. What is your favorite coin, Ernest? Tell me. What is your favorite coin or token? Okay. You liked it last bull run. Don't lie. That's why I took it serious now. But I can, we can take a look. Let's see. Let's see this one. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting what's happening here. It's gonna break this high. Pretty sure. Yeah, it looks not bad to buy, but those who still hold, I mean, yes. Let's go. But we just broke here, so that's interesting. If we can hold this, that would be amazing, because that means that the chance is high that we could get that quick pump to this level, which is 0.0000177, and that would be from now on like 74% pump. but yeah, it's possible that it's gonna chopping around here for quite some time here. Maybe even close this imbalance before we see a break clearly of this and a retest to go further up. But yes, if you like this coin, I mean, if you didn't buy here, at least now you have some type of confirmation that it's possible that it's going to go up again ASAP. So yes, that's great. I mean, if it's gonna reclaim the highs, that's beautiful. How high would this be? Yeah, that's a 7. It's gonna reclaim this, obviously. Bitcoin last bull run did from the bottom of the run, it did like 2000%, let's say. Yeah. So this is a smaller coin, and if people FOMO back again, I mean, it's not impossible to break the highs, which would be in 11x from now. But yeah, the risk here is that it re-breaks the downside, but we are in a bull run now, so it should hold this, it should hold that structure. But yes, obviously here's a gap, we don't need to close it, but the chances are often high that we close it. And here's one too. Even if it's like a quick dump to the downside to close it, it can happen, so don't be fearful if that happens. VeChain, Cardano, Solana, Mana. Okay, let's see. Cardano pump today, I believe. Yes. Oh my god, nice. They are back. They are back. I'm sure they are making a big party right now after all this choppiness. Okay, so now obviously we broke those highs back again, and now if you want to reinvest in that one, obviously you can ape in now, but I would never do that actually. I always tend to like to find good prices to start rebuying, because look at this move. It already did 140%, and even from the all-time low 160%, so it had the same performance from low to high than Bitcoin for now. I mean, Cardano can also reclaim the highs obviously, but what was actually, oh yes, okay, so let's hope the momentum and the community is still active, because most of the coins that correct more than 90% never reclaim all-time highs. But it's a solid foundation, a good founder, they do good work, so it's a great project. I would much rather have this flourish than Ethereum. I bought a coin yesterday and I paid over $100 in gas fees. For what? We are not even in the bull run yet. There is not even a lot of liquidity hitting the chain, so I don't know how we want to base a financial system on something that doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe I need to watch it again. Oh, nice. This morning I talked about it and we were, I believe, at 16. We were around here. No, we were around here. So now today we pushed up 8, 10 to 12, 13%. Then what did you say, mana? Yeah, it tries to break structure right now, so if we break this high, that's good. Obviously, if you look at Bitcoin, we already broke that high here, so this is something it can catch up to. I personally am not too involved, I don't know much about that project, but yeah, people are talking about it. Let's see. Yeah, choppiness everywhere. This move we see everywhere. It's weird. BitGet is also an exchange that is gonna flourish, in my opinion. Look what it did in the bear market. Okay, crazy. In the bear market, look, from February 2022. This is the whole bear market. If you would place your money in this coin in the bear market, you would have done 300% during the whole market, losing like 80% of its value. What was the other coin? VeChain. It's a long time ago I was looking at this chart. It's an old coin, an old project. It's around for a long time. Here the same thing. We are trying to break structure here. I believe these are equal highs. No, they aren't. But this is a break of structure. Why? Because when we were at this price here, we break structure to the downside, then we came back up and we reacted at the close of that imbalance and then rejected down. So here you can also see we have an imbalance in the market, which means there was a lot of sellers or big sellers pushing down the market. So once we reclaim that high, means that now we are going from a bearish trend to a bullish trend. And then here we have the moving averages very close. So once we now pump to the upside, this could make a cross, and that is a very good sign. So let's see VeChain. Once we break this high here, I believe this is all liquidity, so we could rise very fast to this zone here. %50 move, not bad. So here also Bitcoin just closed that imbalance here in his chart, in Bitcoin chart. So if it catches up, that would be 150% move. Not bad, not bad. What else? Solana we did, XRP, Mana, okay. It's true, guys. Why? Come on, do it. What are you waiting for? Look up, sweep of the lows, making people think we break the trend, coming back up, trying to reclaim this wick here. If we reclaim this wick here, the chances again we can break. These are equal highs, so there's a chance we're gonna come and take out these highs. What's up, guys? How was your day? I don't really know. There are people coming in all the time, going out, coming in. And I don't know if you were already here or not. Maybe let me know in the chat. And if you just came, let me know which charts you want to look at. Or take so that I can take a look at, and maybe we see the same things in the charts. Or I can help you to have a more clear vision of what is actually happening. Can XRP break out or not? What do you think? Can it break out or not? Finally, let's go. We need to break this high. If we can break this high, we're gonna get a huge pump. A huge pump. This could go all the way up to this high here. It took so long to reclaim that levels here. Imagine, the last time it was there was in July, let's say May 2023. So it took a long time. And now what I see, what people tend to know is what is a cup and handle. So the technical target of this cup and handle would be a very easy illustration of it. Would be this high, okay? I also made a video about a setup I had for the last 2 or 3 days. I think it are 3 setups. No, 2 setups. And yes, I uploaded a video. I cutted the video and tried to bring the best information I could give into the video, and it just lasts like 5 minutes. I know these live streams are very long and it's hard to stay tuned all the time, but yes, this is what we do. I do this all day, every day, and yes, let's go. Let's get that money. Yeah, here it's very simple. If we can hold this trend line, we can go retest this high here. And yeah, once we break that level, we will surely see a pump and break that high too. If we fail to break, I believe we're gonna get another opportunity to buy back lower here. So this is the best place to buy, but it's not guaranteed it's gonna come back down. Nothing is guaranteed basically. So we also can crash down, we never know. So we have some imbalances not filled in that market, but look, it's just an example. Okay, here we had that imbalance. Okay, so it pushed up to here, and then it closed that whole imbalance before never coming back to it. Okay, so it does not mean we're gonna do this all the time, but on a bigger time frame, and since we are just in the beginning, which could also be fake pumps because of the rumors of the ETF, but let's pretend it's real. Okay, so these are the major levels you want to buy here, or when it breaks and retests, because if you buy now, look, just to this imbalance you lose a third of your whole investment. If we come close back down, it's like 60 to, not kidding, 66% you're in drawdown. So you would much rather wait even for this, let's say 30, 40, 50% move, so you get the coins not for 4 cents but for 2 cents. So if you buy here and you reclaim the price we are now, you already made, you flipped already your investment. Okay, so what we want to see is a retest of these imbalances. Okay, and then, for example, this order block here could be a short-term exit to take your initial investment out and just let it run for the bull run. Okay, the rest of it. So you have, like, let's say you put in $1,000 here, it would be 2,000 here. You take out $1,000 and you let the $1,000 run wherever it wants to go. So you have your $1,000 out of the game, and this other $1,000 you put into other coins. Okay, and this one you can let it rise. Let's say we make a 20x, so you would made 20k still on your investment when we reach these prices. Let's say you could still make 20k on this investment with a simple $1,000 investment, and once you get your money out, or you could even say, I will take my initial investment out, or half of my position once we reclaim these highs, so you are in secure territory. If you, in this case, you would have made a bit more. Okay, in this case you would have made 1,790. Okay, and so you made 790 euros in profit, and you still have your 1,000 investment running, which is basically a free investment, and it still can make 20k. So you would have made 21.7k in profit in that particular case. But if you degen all in and it comes down, you are trapped in it, and then when you see the whole market going up, you're gonna feel terrible. I can speak from experience. Because obviously we all want to catch the good moves. No? Who doesn't? So here we have equal highs, which is good. Let's see. Normally we should take this now, and then we have equal highs here, so with a little bit of chance we can see break in a few.
gave her the one taste. Swallow your pride a couple times to leave the runway. No chip on my shoulder, just a place for you to lean on. Can we talk more than touch, babe? Chip on my shoulder, just a place for you to lean on. And we're fleeing to the sweet spot.
Sorry, da ich gucken dat film mich spedel schon Lomol Lomel anscheinend ja kleine Biere schlafen, da das keiner von alt mich auf pur Mail an Lo sie gesagt entweder kann heben oder bleibt nach ein wann du Risiko Lo bleibt mit Mam de Lo do ist moi da gucken aber Nacht.
laufen hier. Schon ziemlich lahmarschig. Oh mein Gott. Die Sniper hat einen ACOG-Visier. Leck mich am Arsch. Ist das nervig. Ich habe keine Mobility. Also das...
Out of cryptocurrencies yesterday during a hearing on Capitol Hill, suggesting they be banned.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
In the past, Diamond has called Bitcoin a hyped-up fraud and likened it to a pet rock. In response to a question from Senator Elizabeth Warren, Diamond and other CEOs of large banks who testified yesterday agreed that crypto companies should face the same anti-money laundering regulations as the major financial institutions. And we're going to talk to Senator Warren about all that testimony that took place yesterday about banks, and she's going to join us. You don't want to miss this in the 8:30 a.m. half hour of the broadcast, just about 3 hours from now. Or I should say 2.5 hours now from now.
Which
This is from yesterday, I believe.
Horses left the barn, faces out of the tube, Humpty Dumpty's already. I don't see how. I mean, that's not obviously
No, not
realistic.
Not as the
this
SEC
plays
is like
out,
signing off and blessing.
Yeah, it's not a
Jamie
realistic
Dimon, as
thing
you
to talk
know,
about. I have a
is
lot of pushbacks on the whole notion.
the CEO of JP Morgan,
Money laundering, we didn't come up with that term
the
when
chair.
Bitcoin was invented.
So often
throughout
when
history,
he
99%
talks
of
bad
the money
about
laundering's been
something,
done
he tends to
not
bite.
using Bitcoin, and it's like
Obviously,
anything
because
else.
they need
There's,
some
the
liquidity.
dollar, you don't want to get rid of the
I
dollar
just
because it's used for
wanted,
money laundering. I mean, we know
I mean,
that. I
it's
mean, maybe
on
it's more, maybe it's
everywhere
better.
on
Bitcoin,
social
maybe it's
media,
easier
you
to
can
do.
see it, but I just wanted to play it back again.
I don't think you
hope,
decide you just hate something just because it can
it's
be.
not
You know, we've
copyright
had
because I used
conversations
their
about all
video.
kinds of things about it. It's not the thing itself, it's the wacko that's using it, or you know, a lot of things. You know, a car can be a terrible thing if you decide to drive into a parade where there's a bunch of people.
Sure, but then you have to decide it has enormous. This is the thing. When you have dangerous things, you have to decide how much utility they have so that it's a balance, right? So you could say to yourself, I would argue cars are very valuable. They create great productivity, economic productivity. They create all sorts of fabulous things that cars do for people. And yet there is a danger about them, right?
You know that the true Bitcoin zealots think that Bitcoin is better than, has much more stuff than a car could ever have in terms of
Kathy Wood, I heard an interview
fiat,
with her
you know,
from yesterday where she was saying
decentralization.
that she'd been making the case, and Kathy Wood had a rough year over the last year, had to defend all of her positions. Much better lately, but she was saying that Bitcoin, she thinks her thesis has been proven because it's not just a risk-on asset. When you had the banks that got into so much trouble, Silicon Valley Bank and the rest of them, Bitcoin was up by 50% because you didn't have to worry about the counterparty risk. That was her argument.
If you run a bank, and one of the biggest claim benefits of Bitcoin is that it will help the unbanked become banked. You can imagine Jamie.
I don't think that's why Jamie thinks it. Though.
Yeah, well, come on.
Jamie and Charlie
Certainly
and a few other people.
It's probably bad to say that, you know, whenever you say someone who has an opinion, well, he's got a, you know, he's in hydrocarbons. I don't. Yes.
I think that's Jamie's
I think
honest
both you guys
opinion.
decided that Republicans don't like tax reform because they're helping their rich
No,
friends.
no. That's not true.
Oh, I thought you were both. That's
no.
why it's not going anywhere.
No.
That's
No.
why. What was the issue? It was.
That was the words you put in the guest's mouth.
Right, but I thought you. Oh, you were kidding. You were kidding when you went.
Yes.
Oh, you were kidding?
Yes.
Well, I thought you were saying, yeah, it is why.
No, that is not.
I don't think the reason Republicans don't like bigger government and more taxes is just because it affects their pocketbook.
Okay, but I grant you that, and I don't think Jamie doesn't like crypto because
so maybe that's true. I mean, he does think. I don't know if he read the Bitcoin stand. I don't know if he really has a firm grasp of what we're talking about. It's just the idea of a distributed ledger that's totally decentralized. There's obviously something there. We'll see. If it goes to zero, eventually it goes to zero. But if it goes to become a permanent part, if it's the internet of money, and if it finally becomes that, and
as I've said, I think, this is my own view.
Yeah.
I don't think it is ever the internet of money. I think what it could be is like
a store
digital gold,
right,
or a baseball card that has some value.
A baseball card. That's what
I don't.
That's what I think it could be.
That's just the greater fool theory. But you could argue that with stocks at times too, that people are buying it for. But I don't think that's what it is. I think it's. I always go back to the desert island where you've got 20 people, and you divvy up the work that everyone has to do. If every person keeps a record of every hour of things that they do, and everyone's got the same record, the same ledger, the blockchain, then you know when you owe me an hour. You owe me an hour, and there's a value that has. And if you want to use shells or you want to use something
but the value. We have so many other things to talk about.
No, but money is always
I could dig a hole. I've said this to you before. I could dig a hole.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system.
This
and
video
they
is
use
going to
XRP.
give you chills.
In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at SWIFT? Former SWIFT board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.
I just realized that I was mute. So what I basically said is that you are right, that we can possibly push to 48 to, let's say, 55k. But what I don't share with you is the idea to come back down at 10, 11k, which would make no sense, because if that happens, 10k would not be the bottom, okay? Because if we break this low with the push we had right now, we would have a lot lower targets than that, okay? So if we break the low of 15k, you will see at least a Bitcoin at 7 to 8k, okay? So you don't want this low to be broken. And then you have all this liquidity on the monthly laying right here. So a break of this for me personally would mean years of sideways action or bear market. So okay, I see. Okay, but yes, that's why the market is going up, because there are people that believe one thing and other believing the other side. So at the end, that's why I say you don't know where the market is going, because who knows who is buying at the moment and will buy in the seconds to come. So it's all speculation, okay? And telling it's gonna do this or that makes no sense anyway. And emotionally, it would be better for you to not think that way, honestly. Because if the price is gonna break these lows here, okay, I mean, then the S curve is done, okay? It would be done. Oh shit. So we have this uprising curve here, so it's losing in momentum right now, obviously, because it's getting a lot heavier. But as you see, we still manage to hold on the monthly, the 100 moving average. And people don't realize why this bear market, Bitcoin dropped less in percentages than in the cycles before. And I can give you a simple explanation for that. If you know what Fibonacci tools are, these are the two main tools of Fibonacci, okay? And these tools give you an idea of where the market can go, potentially, and if it goes somewhere, how much it could retrace before it's going to continue, okay? So these are the two main things. So not speculating, but just taking what the market is giving us. You often in the market have a structure which looks like this, okay? You have a 0, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th wave. And then after that, often you see an ABC correction. So you have 0, you have A, you have B, and you have C. So this is the most common move in the markets, okay? So knowing that, why? Come on. So knowing that, you know that when you have, let's say, an ABC correction, you have something that the name is Fibonacci extension tool. So you can measure a price action and what the potential move of potential of this move can be. So this is the whole range between let's say, the golden ratio, which is the golden number in the Fibonacci sequence, and this is what we are looking at. So this, if you have a 0, an A and a B, you always in a trend can see which potential does this price action and move means once we break the A lows. Okay, so once we break the low, a sequence is active. Okay, and for example, I use a strategy that says if we come from here and we start to fall down, come up and break these lows, often here it's going to try to make a correction to fill some gaps and then finish the move, and these are the moves I trade. Okay, so these are the moves on which I make money because they work, because nature works. Okay, I don't try to be better than someone or anyone else or even the market, but you just do what you use, the numbers of life, how life creates itself. So this is how I see the market. So now you have two different, let's say 2 or 3 different moves. You have this one, you have the 0, and let's say the move we just had right now. You have this move, you have, and also in the opposite direction, but then you have this move, and you have this move. Okay, so the big difference between these moves obviously are, here we have a double top, here we had the first impulse and it reacted in our selling zone in this particular case. Okay, so once we break the low, the chances of the sequence finishing down here is over 75%. Okay, so the difference between this move and the other moves is just how powerful it is. Okay, so let's say it starts at the same level as the other one and has the same low as the other one. Then you take the sequence and you take the 0, the A and the B. You can clearly see the difference between those two levels. Okay, and Bitcoin, what did it this time? It made a higher high. Okay, so this was the first top. Then it created the first low, 0, A, B, C. Okay, so now when I take this move and I just overextend it a little bit, okay, and I take the Fibonacci retracement tool, extension tool, you can see that the targets are even higher. Okay, it's as simple as that. So people try to, I don't know, predict something in the markets which often doesn't meet reality, because price action is price action, and price action is none other than psychological moves of humanity in the markets. It is just relatable with everything we are. We are nature. The numbers of Fibonacci are based on nature, so everything is according to how we work as human beings. I don't try to to predict something. It's just evidence, okay? So in this particular case, now where you know what I'm talking about, you can clearly see that the move finished here, okay? So let's take all this away. So back then, the move was finished, okay? And as you can see, the 80 move is actually also a very important level. And what did we do when I put this correctly? Like this. Here it is correct, there it is correct, and now we have the target, okay? Look. So, no matter what you say, the chart didn't told you that. It was certainly a person or something else, okay? So the targets were met. The targets were met. This is where the bottom was created, okay? In this case, we had a 0, we had a 1, we had a B. Here, in that case, we broke the lows, yes, but the thing is, there was a lot less money in the market. It was a lot less known. Like, imagine, in 2017, you probably came 2020, so it was 3 years before. There was just retail liquidity, okay, and few institutions that try to be legal in what they do, okay? So, if I take this one, you can see the target was met here. So we had also not a double top or an overextension like in this case. So in this case we had more like a move like this, here, down and never back up. So we would have reached these prices a lot faster because of the break of structure, okay? This is when the break of structure here happened. Look, it just crashed down. The same thing when it would have been other way around. So then it did sideways here for a long time, okay? Sideways, sideways, and it did a last capitulation before going up. And then it did this dump here. But this is major economic events. So if we don't have immediately a pivot in how the central bank is printing or moving their interest rates, we should see a pivot come a little bit later. Next year we have election year, so they always try to make it juicy to tell people how great they are. So yeah, let's see. But I don't see this one coming, sorry, because we went already too high. Okay, we went too high, the price action was too long. Imagine, here was the top, there was the bottom, 365 days. If I go here to the first top, okay, 365 days would have been here, okay, but the real top after was here, and to the bottom it were 378 days, so a few days more than the bear market before. So timeline wise, everything was correct. You need to look at it that way, because if you don't look at the timeline, you will be lost. If you just look at FOMO and price action and prices, you will never get the top or near the top, okay? And as I posted on my Twitter here, again, you have these timelines. These timelines happen since ever, since the existence of Bitcoin, okay? So the first bear market, we had 476 days of downwards price action, bear market basically, from bull run top to bear market bottom. Then we had from bear market bottom to the next bull run top 1065 days. Then again, from bull market top to bull market bottom, it took 365 days. Again, even less than that time. Okay, it took even just 1 year, even of the collapse. So it basically was very stable and then it collapsed in one go. Okay, but 365 days from top to bottom. Then again, 1066 days from the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top, 65 days, 66 days, and here 65 days. So I believe it's gonna be around that number of days again. It could be 1,000 days, it could be 1,060 days, 65, 60, no matter how much, but I believe these 1,000 days are gonna come in. Okay, so then you know around which time you need to consider to take your money out of the market, just based on the cycles. So as you saw at that moment, the RSI was the lowest it ever was, so the potential to the upside is even greater. Okay, and the fact that it did a double top because of Michael Saylor buying it, it gives us even more power this bull run. Okay, because it showed an interest even in these prices for new people that FOMO'd basically in with big money. So that's why I don't believe Bitcoin going to 7K or 3K, as you said. Makes no sense, my friend. But it's okay. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. I mean, this says it all. If you understand this, you understand the difference between these bear markets and this one. You're just gonna grasp it. You're just gonna get it. So now, for me personally, I believe if this was the top now that we created, we could come back down to these ranges. 20K would be my worst case target. Maybe a sweep of that liquidity fast and then going up. But otherwise, I don't believe we're gonna go under that. Okay, if that happens, it's gonna get very dangerous. Because the altcoins, if we tank now, look at the Bitcoin dominance. If we tank now, if Bitcoin tanks, this is gonna even go higher. Okay, and Bitcoin is gonna correct 30-40%. But what is gonna happen to the altcoins? You don't even want to know. Okay, so if this crashes to, let's say, 30K, you can be sure that the altcoins, or it's a bull run, it's an altcoin season, or the altcoins are going down even more. Okay, nice. Let's go. What is XRP? Yes, XRP broke. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Come on. Let's fucking go. You see? We took out these equal highs as expected. So now it's gonna go for this high. Let's see. But we created some imbalances. So I believe this one, it's gonna come retest before it's gonna take the highs. Let's see. I just realized we don't have music, but let's watch that video again. It's great.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at SWIFT? Former SWIFT board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's High-Level Advisory Board on FinTech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.
What do you say, my friend? But what if your double top was just a wave 5 for the impulse? Bro, I just did something on the charts, and if it does a double top, it doesn't change the fact that it would be the first time since its existence it's doing what you are telling me, okay? So I would not rather go with that opinion, that's all. You do whatever you do, no financial advice. But yeah, let's see. If we do a double top of the bull market, I can tell you, and we break the lows, we are gonna be 5 years in the downtrend and sideways action. So you better not be right, my friend. You better not be right. We're gonna buy, of course we're gonna buy a bunch, but you better not be right. And it makes no sense either, so all good. We're gonna break now this high. Let's see. Mate, no matter what you say, you know, it works every day since 10 years. So, and it called the bottom. I told my family to buy at 15k. What you did, I don't know. Maybe you taught them to wait till 5k. I think they are still waiting. So, yes. Thank you. Good luck to you too, man. Don't tell too much people about Bitcoin at 7K. It's gonna get dangerous. We trade what is on the charts, not what we hope. This is hopium. This is wishful thinking. We do what the charts give us and act accordingly. The rest is all dust, smoke, things that may never happen. It can happen, but it's longevity, it's the long term that counts. Do you have some other chart? I can make you an analyze. Give me your favorite coin. Let's see. Let me prove myself. go. It's waking up. We are not far away. Come on, do it. H-bar is pumping too. Nice. This is what I mean, the real coins, the real projects, the real tech. Let's go. That's great. Now obviously here we will be put to the test again, but what is sure, for now we claimed these highs here and this order block. So as long as we hold this, it's beautiful. So now we need for closure of the weekly candle. In the daily you have these imbalances here with this liquidity, so this will be the next opportunity. Never buy the highs, obviously. Yes, we have here the cross on the daily. So how often does this happen? The last time it happened, it was last bull run, okay? Don't forget that here. And then it crossed here, and now it crossed back again. Happy birthday. Let's go. Come on, do it. Do it. Let's go. Can we break it or not? Let's go. Come on. So now we are looking to take these two highs, and if we manage that, I mean, there's just liquidity and liquidity. They already took out the sellers. Here everywhere were sellers. Okay, they pushed the price down. So what they did basically is push them all out. Okay, so they could not get new entries until here. So now we stopped them already out. Okay, with this move. So once we break these levels, we can get a huge pump. Let's see. But we need to push above with volume. That's why we are here for. If you could catch this on a live, it would be amazing. Bitcoin is reclaiming at the moment 44k, just as we sit here. It's coming back. Let's go. We need to break these highs here. If we break these highs, we're gonna push through that. We can even come back down here before we push, no problem. It would not be great, but yeah, obviously it doesn't work how we want all the time. So for now it's very easy to make money in the charts, so let's see. It would be too easy if it just does that, so I can imagine something like this, yes. Or just a pump, or we come down before we go up. One of those things. Come on, don't fail. This looks beautiful, guys. You could say it's a bull flag somewhere, but what I like is this compression here. Normally now it should pump. Let's see. It's a 30-minute chart also, so it could take some time, but I think these weeks we're gonna take them. And if that happens, we break the trend. So if we break this high, obviously we are gonna go for this one. And if we manage to break this, I see it come down to the trend line and push back up. Maybe it's gonna do it for one more time, so it comes back one more time and then goes up. Once it loses this trend line to the downside, obviously we can have a push back, first of all, to these prices, 2260. We test these levels here. And we should not lose this one, because if that happens, I mean, we're gonna correct the whole move here, okay, at least. So that would be, that would bring us to, yeah, at least, yeah, 2180, 2100, even this imbalance here, 2000. So it would be quite a drop. I mean, This is in the short term, obviously, for trading. Otherwise, on a bigger time frame, I mean, yes, we have a huge pump. Luckily, we closed here, we almost closed here the gap, which is very important. So this week already got filled. Okay, this week got filled. This imbalance got also filled. This one is still open. I mean, worst case, same in this scenario, could be this imbalance. It could. But yeah, it's far away, so I really don't hope that we are gonna go close all these imbalances also on Bitcoin, because we have this here, so there is an imbalance and liquidity. So this is, it would be hard, you know. So we need to maintain prices. I mean, here now we try to break again. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, as we said, it's pumping. If in the next 5 minutes there is nobody new coming in, I will be ending the stream for today. Tomorrow I will be back live, so you can come tomorrow. Maybe until then we have broken these highs, hopefully. It would be time, and I don't want this week to be filled, obviously. That would be quite disappointing. Sorry. Yesterday I showed this trade on the live stream. You can go back on my stream from yesterday. This was actually my entry. At that time of the stream, it was at 9 in the morning. We were here, okay? So during the day when here at 2 o'clock New York opened and it made this choppy move, so the majority of people placed themselves in the beginning of a session, or just before or just after. But I realized that in these cases it's very hard to stay in a trade, okay? It's very, very, very hard. The only trade you could have made here is this imbalance, and the problem with this imbalance is that we didn't had our break of structure yet, so it could have done just this, okay? And otherwise, on a long-term basis, you will not win. You will have 1, 2, 3, 5 lucky shots, but you will not win in the long one, okay? So right now, this hit my TP2 this morning. The major move of the day was to liquidate these positions and these positions and these positions, okay? So all these people going short in that areas because we were in a downtrend, the most liquidity was on these wicks, okay? So I told myself, where was yesterday the most traded volume? Yesterday the most traded volume was in this area here, okay? And this is also named an order block. So we had an order block, we had all the imbalances closed because the day before I already traded this, the Euro USD here, and we hit the targets. And we made over 2K on this move, okay? So the day after, at the beginning, when it was here, I thought I'm gonna enter here, but the problem was that we didn't saw the break. So I was like, no, we have a break of structure to the downside. But then I saw this move coming, and I was like, okay, we are creating some type of falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern, and I wanted to be cautious trading these levels here and going short like they did here, okay? The majority of people went short on these candles, and we waited because of the open there's a lot of liquidity. Look, it was the biggest volume candle of the day. So this is when the big banks, the central banks, they have a timeline of when they need to provide liquidity to the markets, and it's really a time-based investment or liquidity providing, not an opportunity-based liquidity providing. So the markets and the banks, they need to do it, okay? They need to inject that liquidity. To inject that liquidity, they need sellers. So what happened? They bought liquidity to the downside, everyone's going short, okay? Then they took that liquidity to position themselves. They pushed back higher the market. They saw new shorts are entering, and here you see these two volume candles, all the retail went short, 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 and this is where they put the next buy in, so that the price stays, let's say, stable when they go into the market. And already here they were done with their day, okay? So for me, this was the next interesting point. So why did I put the stop here at the beginning? It was just over here because of this wick here. There was a big chance we can fill, not everything, but at least fill until here or until here, okay? So this is why I put a big stop. Otherwise the trade would have already hit the target, okay? Sometimes this is what you need to do to stay on the safe side, okay? Yo, what's up? voll gerade der Stream end. Schon lang dauern. Schon dort, wir geben den Heide echt knapp. Bro, guck dort. Ist was das du echt? Also, ignoriere mal einfach mal die Tote weg. Ja. Weil man einfach wer ist die Toten da. Aber, ja. Was am Anfang interessant ist, dass am Anfang der Tod in der reellen Hai war. Und dass der Tod just alle Guten, die Shots, die da waren, ausgestoppt, bevor der Move gekommen ist. Ja. Und die Week sind wir dann noch völlig gegangen. So, bis nur für kurz, der Tod war eine Sache von ein paar Sekunden. Und da sind wir noch weiter runtergegangen. Das heißt, wenn wir nur den High knacken, mit Candle Close, dann ist die Chance groß, dass man die Weeks sicher geht. Und das wäre amazing. Und das kann schnell gehen, ganz einfach durch den Fakt, dass all die Shots schon raus sind. Durch den Toten Move. Ne? Let's see. Verbess. Ist der komisch, nur Lützburg zu schwätzen. Ich kann ganz Zeit Englisch geschwätzen. Trying its best. Let's go. Dass die Cats da mein Screen frisst, weißt du? Ich fängt aber nur frech zu sein. Let's go. Come on. dorthin. Ah, boom. Nice. Let's go. Dann müssen wir nach da durch. An die Week. Let's go. Okay, nice. Sei mal bullish geclosed. Dann natürlich kann ein High Imbalance closing. Definitely drin closing. High drin closing wird gefährlich. Come on, mach it alright. Obviously. Always needs to fill these fucking gaps. Push. I don't like this. Too much liquidity. We need to break now. Let's go. Stell dir vor, man fängt ein Heavy mit Pump über mal live. Can you bass clip? Hast du gesehen, schon ein Video von 5 Minuten geschnitten von einem Live, einfach wo ich über den Euro-Wester geschaut. Merci, Bro. Ich dir auch sehr. Snap vanmorgen dan een andere venster en ding live. Cook. Guys, I will end the stream now. Thanks for watching, thanks for coming into the stream, and see you next time.